Welcome everybody to my channel for commodities. So we'll be starting with market review for gold. On the weekly time frame, we are bullish, but at a very dangerous area, very close to the weekly low. If price manages to break here, then we enter the bearish state for XAUUSD. Our zones are still, or rather our zone is still valid on the lower time frame though. And yeah, I think let's move down to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, this is the valid zone that price might come to before continuing to sell. But there's also a very high probability it doesn't go there, it just breaks it and keeps on going down. Now, on the daily, nothing serious has formed, just this bearish engulfing which would indicate further sales. But for now, you don't need to worry about anything. Just know that it is bearish on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, is also bearish, and yeah, it is also close to the low, meaning we could be getting a new break of structure on the 4-hour time frame. Now, this is a very clean reaction zone here. So you can see that price tapped into it and it is reacting. So, and the further confirmation is that this is an engulfing candle. So on the 4-hour time frame, we could see as price has tapped into here further sales. Everything is just indicating sales, so I can't really find any buy signal right now, unless this zone is actually planning on holding. But as market structure is saying price is bearish, any demand zone cut up could be just a reaction before it breaks it completely. But for now, let's see what happens. This one is in line with the trend saying sell, but then this one is a more strong zone that is indicating buy. It's just that it's against the trend. So for now, we'll just need to stay away and maybe go down to the lower time frame to look for confirmation. On the lower time frame, you can see it that it is still the zone there on the 1 hour. Nothing else. This one has already been mitigated. That is it. Just this zone that could push price down. So now we are also already in a serious war, and you can see it as indicated by these consolidating candles. Anyway, on the 15 minutes time frame now, on the 15 minutes, let us see. Yeah, we have a new break of structure to the downside here. This is the 15-minute zone. I think that is it. Remember what I said about price or finding demand zones in a downtrend. Obviously, price will come there and react from it, but the reaction is not going to be long. It won't take time. It will finally go back and take it out. So this method of taking opposing trades from opposing zones will just be good for quick scalps and very fast in and out trades. But if you're planning on holding trades, well, always go with those that are in line with the trend, and that's in this case the bearish one. So for now, what we just need to do is look for any possible way of confirming a sell here. This is one clean demand zone, but rather one clean engulfing candle. But I won't really trust this one because I just won't trust it. It's best to just keep on watching what happens. Anyway, we spent enough time on gold. Let's move over to silver and try and do things quickly. On the weekly time frame, it's still bullish, very far away from the low. I think it's at the 50% level now. Yeah, it's at the 50% level. On the daily time frame, what do we have? On the daily time frame, this daily time frame supply zone is still valid, it's still unmitigated. So honestly, we could see a reaction here before it continues selling. I think that is it. On the daily, it's still bullish though. Just a heads up. On the 4-hour time frame, 4-hour time frame has turned bearish. It has turned bearish. Price came and entered the zone and reacted off of it. Kept on selling, which was nice. It was called out well, and yeah, that's it on the 4-hour time frame. Let's go down to the 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, this is a break, meaning that this 1-hour range high now will be moved to this one. Why? Because a break has happened here, and then we have to look for the highest points that caused the break, which is here. So it's marked out, and then the lowest point here should be marked out. But for now, we have to wait for price to make some extra retracement before marking out this zone. So that is it. Right now there's no valid supply or demand zones I can find on the 1 hour time frame. So let's move down to the 15 minutes. On the 15 minutes, we have this break here, and I think, yeah, this is now the new 15 minute low, because it is the highest point that caused this break of structure. And now price has made some valid retracements up here, meaning that we can now put this as our 15 minute low. But then another thing, okay, I think this is also a 15 minute break of structure. Yeah, it's still a 15 minute break of structure. So this is actually the new range. This is the range high rather. Yes. Anyway, let's go down to, okay, we can mark this as a 15 minute demand zone that could be tested later. On the weekly time frame, or moving over to US oil, we are bearish. Going down to the daily time frame, what do we have? We are bullish on the daily time frame, and yeah, price is now coming into a lower time frame supply zone. This, I remember marking out these two zones and saying we'll have to see what happens when price comes into one of them. So yeah, it can either come here and sell, or come to this one and sell, or just break everything and keep on going. So those are the possibilities we will have to keep on watching. Yeah, we'll have to keep on watching. Let's move over to the 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, we've already marked out some zones. These ones are also lower time frame zones, so nothing serious has happened yet. But the 4 hour time frame is still bearish. You can see our range high, our range low, and yeah, this is where price currently is, almost 50% of the range, but it is still at the discount level. Anyway, let's go down to the 1 hour time frame to see what we can get. So on the 1 hour time frame, price has broken structure, meaning that we now have a new range low. So we move this one out to this place, and this is our range low. On the 15 minutes, okay, first of all, these are the zones marked out. On the 15 minutes time frame, price has also broken structure here. So we'll move this here. And what was the lowest point that caused this break of structure? This was the lowest point. So the 15 minutes low is here. We don't yet have a 15 minutes high because price is at the extreme point. So we'll keep on watching. 15 minutes is now bullish. We'll have to see what happens here. We might see it moving ahead, or we see it breaking structure before changing character, and then we start selling. Last but not least, UK oil. UK oil on the weekly time frame is bullish. On the daily, is actually an interesting thing, analyzing charts. So on the daily time frame, daily is bearish. Daily is bearish, but we are also close to another zone here. This zone is also there. We could see reactions off of them. I think they are 4 hour, yeah, they are 4 hour time frame zones. So on the 4 hour time frame, do we have market structure there? Okay, yes, we have 4 hour time frame. This is the high, this is the break of structure, and we now have a 4 hour time frame low. So we could be seeing reactions here or here, we don't know. Let's move down to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, I think 1 hour time frame has to be broken now. I think it's going to be broken, so we just in advance move this 1 hour time frame to this point, so that here becomes the low, here becomes the break of structure, and then we start waiting for price to go a little bit ahead and start retracing before we mark this as a high. So that is it on the 1 hour time frame. Finally, on the 15 minutes time frame, we have our break of structure. Yeah, break of structure here. We are still using this low as the 15 minute low. Then the 15 minute high, like I said, we have to wait for price to retrace before we can start marking out the high. So for now, it is exactly at the high points there. We will just keep on watching. But for price to retrace, I'm not really finding any valid zones here. maybe we can see it retrace here. This is one zone that I think it's possible to hold price. But for now, that is it. Thank you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel and to my other 3 channels. Join my Telegram channel and follow me on X. Thank you, and all the links will be in the description. Thank you, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.